So what is answer for first question? Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
What is answer for the first question?
G into T1 minus T2 whole square by 8.
G into, so let us say answer for the first question. Time taken by maximum height, yes, maximum height reached. G into T1 minus T2 by 2 whole square by 2. Correct only?
Yes, sir.
This is right.
Yes, sir.
This is height attained by A.
Yeah.
Okay. What about answer for second one?
Root 2h by G.
Time taken by C to strike the ground. Root of H is not given. Why are you saying root to H by G?
G by 2 T1.
H also we have to find. Height of the building also we have to find.
Okay, sir.
G by 2 T1.
G by 2
T1.
I think right only. Let me find out myself. Height of ascent of it. This answer is right, but how did you get it?
Sir,
It was
firstly,
easiest of all to obtain. Very simple. Reason is this. We know time taken by A to go from here to here. Let us say it is T1 time total. What is time taken by B to go from here to here?
T2.
T2 time. I know that because the speeds are equal, A here and A for B also, right? As the speeds are same, when A will come and reach at the same point again, but its speed will be downwards. Its speed will be U downwards again or not?
U.
Yes, sir.
So after coming back to the same height, when U goes downwards, what time it will take extra? It will take extra from B point to downwards. It will take extra time T2 only. Same as B has
T2,
taken.
yes, sir.
Then what is the time of the A for the journey above the tower? For the journey above the tower, the time should be equal to
2U by G.
T1 minus T2. U is not given. Don't say in terms of unknown
Yes, sir.
quantities.
T1
In
minus
terms of known
T2.
quantity. T1 minus T2 will be the time of the flight of A above the tower. Because below the tower, the time will be same as that of B. Okay. Below the top of the tower, I should say. So below top of tower, time of flight of A and B will be same. Why it will be same? Because when A reaches top of tower, in downward journey, then its speed becomes equal to its initial speed, which is also equal to initial speed of b. Therefore, motion of A and B are identical below top of tower. Right or not? Motions are identical below the top of tower. So time taken will be same. Then what is the time of flight of A above the top? Above the top of tower will be T1 minus T2. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This includes the time of ascent as well as descent. This includes both times, time of ascent as well as descent. So including both these times, this will be T1 minus T2. What is the time of ascent in that? Time of ascent, if I have to separately write, that is equal to time of descent. That will be equal to T1 minus T2 by 2. Right? 50-50%. 50% to go up, 50% to come down. So if we started from the top of the tower, then I can set the time up to maximum height and time from maximum height to back to the space. TA, let us say, and TA again, TD again. That TA will be equal to TD.
Yes, sir.
That will be equal to T1 minus T2 by 2. What will be the height attained then? We know the formula for height in terms of time. That triangle you should remember, or you can use VT minus half it square formula. Anyway, whatever formula you use, half into G into T1 minus T2 square. Using formula
sir.
S is equal to VT minus half AT square. This formula we are using.
Yes, sir.
But let's say this height, extra height is HA, height of ascent HA. Then I can say S is equal to HA, V is equal to 0, A is equal to minus G, and time up to that phase is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by 2. Okay. So we are getting this answer, first answer. Second question. Second is find the time taken by C to strike the ground from the point of projection. Now, if somebody tells me what is the time taken for downward journey by A, wait a second, I think let us call it T dash D, time of descent of A for the total length of the total part. Time of descent up to top of A will be equal to TD, but this total I'm calling as T dash D. What will be T dash D? What will be T dash D, and what will be the height of this descent? Let's call it H dash D. I think I can use formula for H dash D as half of G into what is the time of this journey? Time of this journey is equal to T1 minus
T1
time
minus
of
T2.
ascent. TA was the time taken to go up to the
Yes,
maximum
sir.
height. Let's
Yes,
call
sir.
it TA. But TA was equal to T1 minus T2 divide by 2, that was CA.
Yes, sir.
So what is then the total height of descent from the top to the bottom? That is coming out to be equal to half of G into, what is it?
T1 plus T2 by 2 whole square.
T1
T1
plus T2
T1
by
plus T2 whole
by
square.
2 whole square. That was height of descent. Now after getting the height of descent, what next? H dash G, let us say it is H dash G. Then I can say that total distance covered, etc. Whatever question they ask, I think every question can be answered now. Nothing is left. From here, I can find the height of tower. What will be height of tower? Height of tower will be equal to H dash D minus HA, which is equal to half of G into
2 T1 whole square.
T1 plus T2 whole
By
square minus T1 minus T2 by 2 whole square, which is equal to, I think
half.
this only.
Right, sir.
This is height of tower. Once I know height of tower, what will be the
Yes.
time taken by C to fall? Time of descent of
root 2 h by g.
descent of C will be equal to root 2 H by G. What about the what else is remaining? One more question was there. Don't say root 2 H by G. H is not given to us. I should write answer in terms of given quantities. Answer will be equal to 2 into
T1 T2.
half G upon G into T1 T2 under the root, which is nothing but root of T1 T2. Okay. One more question is there, I think, after that. Initial velocity U. Last question. That is so simple now. Initial velocity U will be equal to
G into root
G
T1
into time of ascent.
T1 minus
G into
T2
T1
by
minus T2 by 2. That also is done. All questions answered.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
We can get all these questions and by our simple basic formula. Right. How many are there? Just 40 members only. Where are the other students? Let me take.
Sir, please scroll up, sir. Keep these
Up.
notes in Google Classroom.
I will keep it. Let me do it now only. I will keep it there and I will share it with you. All right. Next question we can think of some air resistance, but unfortunately there are just 20. This 20 students have already left. This is unfortunate. Very. I had to shut down my this iPad, not by choice, but there was no option because I was not able to share this screen. This Zoom app was hanging or something has happened and it was stuck. I was stuck there. So I had no other option. Therefore, I had to shut down. And I told also that I will shut down and I will join again, but nobody joined again. You want to ask something? Somebody's raising hand. Maybe air resistance questions I can take tomorrow. Okay. Because there are very less members now who are attending the class.
Yes.
Do one thing now. You do the practice questions from that Pradeep Beniwal book. Okay. From that you do the practice questions. Or you can do from HC Verma. But in HC Verma there is just one problem, that there are questions of projectile also mixed. So you will not be able to identify
Not
which
there
is
more
just
problem, sir.
many problems are also not there. Very less problems are there. That is also an issue.
Mainly descriptive questions, sir.
Another issue is that you will not be able to identify those problems also properly. So tomorrow, what kind of question I will take? Let me tell you what kind of question I will take tomorrow. I will take tomorrow lift-based questions. When lift is there and lift is rising up, or balloon rising. Rising balloon is better, I think. Left, not lift. Rising balloon. These questions I can take tomorrow. Or maybe lift. Okay. Which may be accelerating. Then I can take air drag based questions, air essence. And air essence also can be of two types. It could be minus kV, it could be minus kV square, or it could be just hypothetical resistance. They may say it is equal to minus of 4 constant resistance. Constant resistance is not there practically. Practically, when the speed is large, then the resistance will also be large. It will be proportional to speed. But for hypothetical questions, they can give us some other resistance also. So those questions I can take. Okay. And remaining could be questions of I think these are there, and other than that, graph plotting test. But I have already discussed those questions. So you can check those. Okay. So if you find questions somewhere related to these three topics, other than that, you can do the questions from the those books like Pradeep Beniwal, or if you are having other books in Gage or DC Pandey, you can do the questions, but you may skip these questions because you may waste more time in thinking how to do. But maybe when I will take such questions myself, then these things will become easy for you. Okay. So after tomorrow, you can attempt such questions also. Today, you don't attempt. Okay.
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 Sir, doubt.
Let me end it now.
Sir, doubt, sir.
Yes, ask.
Sir, what is average velocity once? Can you please?
Average velocity is total displacement upon total time.
Sir, this formula is correct only, sir. Integral v dt by integral dt.
Integral VDT is giving us total displacement. Integral dt
By
is
integral-
giving us total time. So formula will definitely be correct only because I said total displacement upon total time. There is a different way of writing this as integral VDT upon integral dt. Correct only.
Okay, sir.
Correct only. Yes, absolutely right. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. It is time average. If somebody is saying distance average, then I can write v into ds upon dx. That is distance average. But when they say just average velocity, like you only asked me, you did not say time average or distance average. You just said average velocity. Then it is understood. If you are just talking about average velocity, then I don't have to say it is time average or distance average. I will take it like time average only. I will take it like total displacement upon total time only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Sir,
Why this doubt suddenly appear? Means what happens? There is some question related to this in which you are stuck, or what is the problem? Why this doubt suddenly?
sir.
Hmm?
You thought that the circular motion
Also area under VT graph divided by time.
Okay, sir. 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 Hello. Sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir.
What was the reason? Why did you ask that out suddenly? That velocity means displacement upon time. We know average velocity. What was the reason?
Somewhat I forgot it, sir. That today's you discuss now, sir, in class.
You forgot this.
Sir,
But this forgetting means I have discussed in every almost 2-3 classes. We are discussing it continuously. Not even 2-3 more than that. Also, I think it will always be this only. But for uniformly accelerated accelerated motion. For this expression only becomes equal to v plus u by 2 only for which cases? For not uniform motion, for uniformly accelerated motion. What is the difference between uniformly accelerated motion? The motion under gravity is uniformly accelerated motion, and the motion of some, if you are, let us say, sitting in a car and the speedometer of car is always at same, needle is in the same 60 km/h only, let us say, then that car is moving with constant speed. If its speedometer is always indicating 60 km/h, that is example of constant speed. What is example of uniformly accelerated motion? The best example of uniformly accelerated motion is motion under gravity. Best example. Okay.
Sir, in the circular motion, you did that formula omega square x with Gardner, sir. Acceleration.
Circular motion, yes.
Acceleration, you got two acceleration now, sir. Two accelerations.
Say it. I could not understand what you are asking.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello, what in circular motion? I could not hear you.
In circular motion, we have two accelerations now, sir.
Two accelerations, yes, centripetal and tangential, right?
How they got, sir? One acceleration due to change in velocity or direction, sir.
One is due to change in direction and other is due to change in magnitude of the velocity,
Which is
due to change in speed.
Or-
Tangential acceleration is rate of change of speed. Okay.
means there is speed
Tangential one
change.
is rate of change of speed, and the perpendicular to that tangential one, that is due to rate of change of direction.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. No doubt, sir. Done. Thank you, sir.
Right. Don't worry about circular motion much. We will discuss circular motion in detail. There is a separate
Okay.
topic for that, but I briefly introduce,
I have
because in
doubt, sir.
vectors I thought it will be better to introduce that.
I
But
have
we will
doubt,
discuss
sir.
it in detail again. Don't worry about that
Okay.
much.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. Then I'm ending it now.